I think it's July 21st. I don't have my phone. I think it's July 21st. Yeah, July 21st. So I spent most of the evening last night preparing the rest of the videos because it needed to post this morning. And I did it for most of the rest of the week. And I was preparing myself. And I looked, and I'm like, I'm just a little more emotional, right? I'm gonna get a period soon, so I know it has something to do with that. But because this next chapter that I'm posting is healing, chapter 51, and I mentioned it before. It's when he comes back, the energy comes back. In my dreams, I'm getting ready to move away, and my eyes twitching. I didn't sleep well. So I was kind of putting it off. I was kind of putting it off because I wasn't sure how I was going to react emotionally. So, because I have to watch it again, right? And prepare it, the write-up. So I did. And sure enough, I got emotional watching myself be so emotional and just remembering that chapter in my life. And what's happened since. I had something in my head and I dropped it. And so I think just reliving it was intense. Not as intense, but intense enough to where when I was done with the chunk that I was working on, like I was kind of done. Like I felt myself exhausted, and I still needed to do notes. And so I was getting my space ready because I was in the bedroom. I'm like, I need another space, and I was getting ready just to do the audio recording of the notes. It was just faster, it was smoother, and I think because I was starting to get a headache. So I look at my phone. And he sends me a message. And I'm like just staring at it. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. And I was still overwhelmed too with the information of the course that I was taking, and I was reminded of just when I was taking that astrology class for the first time. I was the North Node. There was astrology, finishing it up, and just feeling overwhelmed because of the information and kind of feeling dumb about it, and knowing that I needed to just let it be for a little bit. So that's how I was feeling. So to then get this text from him, I had to it caused me to freeze because I was like, you've got it. I couldn't believe it. So I checked again. Sure enough, there it was. So I was like, okay. But I was just so emotionally spent. I was just so emotionally spent with the videos that I couldn't respond. I had a headache, and I was just like, you know what? I just need a nap. So I took some pills, Tylenol, and I was like, I need to sleep for a little bit. So I ended up knocking out. I didn't respond. So this morning I woke up a little anxious. I felt better, but I had a dream. There was definitely a storyline. You know who was in it? This fire sign was in it. This recent fire sign. He was in it. but I can't make out the content of the dream. There was definitely a storyline. This one felt like a movie. But anyways, I woke up and I was like, okay, I need to move my car today earlier. And yeah. I saw why I had to be earlier. They closed off some streets. So I was like, okay. So it took me a little longer to find a spot. When I was walking back, so I have the door open so that I can hear the sweeper. So I can just go down the street and move the car again. But when I walked back, there was a second car that got their car smashed into. But I didn't feel the anxiety. Like, I didn't feel the anxiety. So now I'm learning to differentiate those random moments of anxiety. That's a sign to be more attentive. Because it was the same, like I was walking and I saw the other car getting smashed right behind the car that initially got smashed. And I was like, that's wild that my car didn't get smashed. And feeling at peace, knowing like my car's gonna be fine. And so that was an interesting observation for me in terms of how it felt the first time when I saw the other car next to mine, their windows getting smashed, and me immediately having that feeling of anxiety that my car was going to be next. And it was. And the same, recognizing now that other anxious emotion when I went to Land's End Trail, this feeling of my car's going to be taken, coming back and my car's still there. But I'm like, where is this feeling coming from? Because I've never had this feeling before. It was preparing me because my car was, and it ended up being taken, right? So it was interesting that I walked past it and I see the car smashed, but there was no anxiety. So I thought that was cool. Before I left to move my car, the first thing I did this morning was meditate, because I'm just like, I need guidance on this. Like, why it's too soon. That was the first time in my mind. I'm like, it's too soon. Like the rest of the videos I haven't posted, right? The rest of the triggering, it's too soon. I'm like, why is he responding now? And then I'm wondering, right? I was like, the videos that are posting, I'm talking about preparing to move towards dating. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is he wanting to check to see if I'm dating? Like I'm, like all these thoughts are like creeping up. So that's why I wanted to meditate. So I had to get grounded first before I asked the questions. So first I focused on what I'm going to do today. What am I going to do? Move the car early. I need to call the law firm and get that finalized, which I already did. So they're going to represent me now, get that process going. Still call the IRS because I haven't gotten my refund back, which I already did. I called, same thing, need to call again another day. So I went through my list of activities for the day. And then I asked about him. Do I respond back? Yes. Okay. Is this what I say? Good morning, how are you? Yes. Why is he responding back? Why is he reaching out? I started asking questions. Is it because of this? Is it because of that? Why? Nothing. I was getting nothing. I was just like, oh, not again. For this, before I meditated, MJ posted a video about timelines being off. And I was just like, okay, that one's for me. Let me listen to it. Yeah. It seemed right. It felt right. What she talked about. The timelines are off. And then she reminded me of what I had just finished sharing with my clients yesterday, right? About, life's all about cycles. And then I had to remind myself. Oh, because then I asked, I was just like, you're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me, right? And yeah, they weren't going to respond. They didn't answer any of my questions. And then I said, I have to go through this, don't I? Yes. Like, okay. I have to go through this. And then reminding myself, right? Every moment has prepared me for this moment, right? I'm not in the same place that I was before, clearly. I don't know how this is going to unfold, but it's going to unfold exactly as it needs to. I was like, okay, I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll see what happens. So I sent the message. Oh, and then I asked, do I document this? Do I keep this to myself or do I document it? Do I document it? Yes. Like, okay. I'm documenting. I'm documenting. So I sent the text. I know he's not a morning person. So I just put, good morning, how are you? So I guess we'll see. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep working on my notes, listen for the car, the sweeper, so I can move my car back, see my clients, and just go about my day, really. I just wanted to record that. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learned to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.